Welcome back to another video, guys. Today is another video on my Camry, and for those of you who are new, I have been restoring my 1996 Toyota Camry V6. For today's video, I'll be replacing the starter on this car and we'll see if the original starter was ever replaced. For context, this car has 260,000 kilometers, which is insane if the starter is still stock. So far, I've replaced the fenders and painted them, upgraded the speakers in the car including the head unit, interior and exterior LEDs, 1995 Mustang rim for good fitment, and window visors. Okay guys, so here's the new starter and I'll show you what it looks like. To remove the starter, there's two bolts that hold it on, a connector, and a wire or connector that's held on by a bolt. First thing we gotta do is take out the battery. Battery holding bracket is connected with two rods held on by 10mm bolts. Slide off the bracket and remove the battery terminal connections by loosening the 14mm bolts. Remove the battery and the battery tray. What the heck? There's a bulb sitting here. That's weird. Well, don't forget to remove a bulb if there is one. Starter is right under the cruise control unit. Let's remove the cruise control unit cover by loosening the 10mm bolts. Spray some rusty bolts penetrating oil on the bolts if needed, and remove the three 10mm bolts that hold our battery and the cruise control unit. Slide off the wire connector of the cruise control unit and unclip the connection and the wire from the bottom clip. So here you can see the old starter and you can see the two wire connections that I showed earlier in the video. Undo the bolt holding the first wire connection and pull out the wire, which is likely a ground connection. Next, unclip the wire connection and move the wire to the side. In order to take out these starter bolts, I'm going to first tighten the bolts a bit, which will give the bolts some much needed vibration. It's a technique to help the bolts loosen so that the bolt head doesn't just break off. Now remove the two starter bolts. So looking at the starter now, it does seem like it's the original starter, which is insane considering how old this car is and how many kilometers it has. My camera died, so I couldn't show you guys how I took out the starter, but basically you push the wires out of the way and you wiggle it out slowly. Keep in mind it will take considerable force to do so. Now let's reinstall the new starter. You will feel the teeth mesh together. Put the starter bolts back in and tighten them. If the bolts don't go in, pull out the starter and start the thread of the bolts. Once the thread has started, just put the starter back in and mesh the teeth again. The starter bolts require 36 pound-feet of torque as per a manual I found online, so make sure to do that. Alright guys, so it's dark now, but basically I'm using my phone because my camera died. I'll put everything back together. I'll recap quickly. Take the battery out, right? This and that needs to come off. Just slides off after you loosen it. Battery comes out, tray comes out. There's 3 bolts underneath the battery and tray. Those come out. This clip needs to be separated. This can be pushed over to that side. Then we got the new assembly right there. We got the nut, the first nut right there. That's that clip that I was talking about, the wire connection. That's that. I don't want to touch it because the battery is connected, but basically that's the other connection that I was talking about. And then the other bolt is it. There you go. That's the other bolt. Damn it. You see that bolt? Right there. So when you want to take the actual assembly off, basically grab it and then just wiggle like this. Wiggle, 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 wiggle like this until it comes off. And then when you finally want to take it off, there's a bunch of these wires and like cables. You got to basically push them this side and some of them on this side and then just slide it out. And that's pretty much it. I can show you guys starting. So no problems, right? No problems. Finally, this car is running again. Finally, it's running again. Let's turn on the lights. Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful car. But yep, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna turn it off because gas is expensive. Also, my exhaust leaks. It's loud as shit. Oops. Turn that off. There you go. And that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. Car's running again. Car is running again. Ooh.